Hi guys, and thank you so much for watching as always. We are back with the big fortress build, and what we're doing today is we're just going to finish off this church. I've done quite a bit off camera. I've done quite a lot of cosmetic things, sort of like done steps and stuff to break up the lines of the walls a little bit. But I've also done the side walls now. I've done them like this. Nothing completely amazing, but you know, it does what it says on the tin. Yeah, so that's where we're up to at the moment. And also I put 3 towers at the back, as you can see from here, and this is just the last bit I've got to do now. So basically I need to finish the towers off, put something on the top. I was going to put a bell tower on the top of there, but I'm not sure yet, because every time I've tried to do a bell tower they always come out a bit crappy, but we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Back wall here we're going to have a couple more windows, and then we're going to finish off the back bit of the roofs there so it's all closed off. And yeah, and then what I'll need to do is I'll do it in MC Edit because it'll take too long to do by hand. I'm just going to change the floor into a brick step, well, brick, you know, slabs, rather than grass, because obviously it's inside of a church. Yeah, so that's where we're up to. So it's going to be a short video. This is why I've done so much off camera, so that I don't drag on the videos too long. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll jump cut here now, and hopefully once I come back I'll have this back end done. I'll get the floor finished, and then yeah, and then we can discuss where we're going up to next and what we can do next. Yeah, so I'll see you in 2 ticks. Hi guys. Okay, so things might look a little bit brighter than normal, but I'm using potions, potion of night visions, just because I do find that if you use things like this when you're building, because obviously I've got to put lighting in, but I haven't got lighting in yet, so if I don't have these on then I can't really see what I'm doing. But I finished off basically. I've not gone too crazy with it. I'll show you what I've done on the outside as well. I put some lips around the top part there, as you can see, that go all the way around the building now. Not really done anything on the inside bits of these. I will put something lip wise around there to break the wall up a little bit. Then we'll just put pews down one side, pews down the other side, pews down the middle, an altar sort of thing at the end there, and then pretty much that's going to be it. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy with this. But then what we'll do is we'll do lighting as well. So we'll put some massive chandeliers up. But we'll probably use glowstone rather than torches, because it's going to need a lot of lighting, to be fair. Yeah, so let's have a quick look on the outside. So what I'm going to do is, after I've done this bit now, I'll end up finishing this video. Actually no, what I'll do is first I'll finish off the towers at the back, and then we'll finish off. So the other changes that I've done are I've now lipped the bottom of the actual building, so you can see a lip running all the way around now. It doesn't go all the way around the front, it only goes around the sides to there on both sides, and it doesn't do any of this bit. I beg your pardon. Let's go around the back. Here's all these windows and everything I've done now. I'm going to leave them the way they are. More than happy with them. About windows, I just picked anything that I felt like doing at the time, so I just put a circle and 2 lines going up. I can always play around with that later, it's not a big issue. Tops there, because I filled the back parts of the roofs in, it looks really bland, so I've kind of done like an inlaid effect. It doesn't look great, but there's not much else I can really do, to be fair, because of the shape of the building, unless I tried to copy something from the front and try to make the back of the building look similar, but then it just wouldn't be what I actually planned out to do in the first place. So let's have a little look. So I might as well turn off the UI stuff when I'm there. Not sure if I should allow this stuff to carry on growing. Doesn't hurt anything, but yeah. Yeah, so what I'll need to do is before we finish up, what I would say as well is I did a slight change to the roof. This section here, that bit there, was actually one lower, but due to like of how the building was built at the back, it just didn't look right. Because you could see part of the roof sticking out at that part there, so I had to raise that up by 1. Not a major issue. So yeah, so we'll just top the towers off. Once I've topped the towers off, I'm not going to do a bell tower, because I can never get them to look good. Maybe I could do it at some other point. I mean, have another crack at it or something, but the way I find it, every time I've tried to build like a big bell tower at the top, it just never looks good. It just looks stupid. So yeah, so I'm not too fussed about doing that at the moment. So I'll top the towers off now. This church has turned out so much bigger than I initially wanted it to be. Because remember I said, I just want a small church, but then from now on, that's it now. Every other building is going to be a smaller building. I'm not going to do any big mansion buildings like I did in the last build, the City Hunger Games build that I built. Because I built a huge mansion in that one. It was a really good mansion actually, I really enjoyed building that one. But I don't want anything that big inside the castle, because you wouldn't really normally have things like that inside the castle walls. We've got plenty of room though to stick smaller buildings down. We're going to go into... Let me finish this up and then I'll wrap up. So let me just finish the top of these towers off. I'm not going to bore you by showing you what I'm doing, because I'm just going around with stairs in circles. It just takes a while to do. Yeah, so I'll do that now. When I jump cut back, I'll explain exactly what we're going to do and on the next video. Yeah, so I'll see you in 2 seconds. Okay guys, right, what I've done is I finished off the top of the towers. I put a little flag on top of the 2 back ones, as you can see here. I've done them different than the city colours, because it's a church. I didn't know what to do, so I just made a different type. But yeah, that's pretty much the church done, in the sense of the outside. It's done now. Obviously doing the inside, I'm not going to do the inside now, or in the next episode or anything like that. So let me brighten myself up a little bit. I'll do this. I'll do all this again. All the touching ups, like, cause I've got to do the inside of the palace yet. I've got to do some of the buildings outside in the fishing village and stuff like that. I've done most of them outside actually, but there's some more I want to add. But like doing the palace and doing the church, doing all the insides, I don't want to do them straight away. I want to build the objects first, and then I'm going to do the actual the touchings up inside and playing around with how I want the insides to look. But yeah, so what I'm going to do on the next episode, and what we're going to do for the next few episodes, is we're going to start designing some general buildings. So, like I said, I've said in other videos, we're going to have like a marketplace around here maybe, and then we'll have a richer merchants quarter, sort of like, you know, the rich quarter over this side maybe, and we'll probably put the poor quarter over in the back, not over there somewhere. But I've said I'm not going to do like a slum sort of area. Oh, I think it's going away. Oh, pulse is just disappeared. But what I am going to do is make the buildings, so nothing inside the actual structure itself will be poor quarter. I'm going to do that outside. So all the buildings inside, I'll do less value buildings obviously, but nothing's going to be a part of the poor quarter. We are going to have a poorer quarter out here. I'm going to build a small village over the back of here possibly. Smaller village over back where this where the outside waterway is. I'm just recapping over this as well, because I don't know how long it's been since you've seen outside here. I've not done any changes to outside here. I've got some plans for it. I'm going to do a fishing village over the back over here somewhere. We've got that little village over there where you can enter into the walkway area, but there's nothing really there. There's not much there, is there? It's just like storehouses and stuff. But what we could do is we could add a small amount of poorer houses, fishing houses over there. But yeah, it's coming along. It's really coming along now. So what we can do is on the next episode we'll go into the flat world, where I do all the designs for like certain things like the ships and certain structures. I put the designs in there, don't I? So I've got them, so I can always use them as schematics. And what we'll do is we'll just start designing some buildings. We'll design the buildings that are going to go inside the actual fortress itself. So yeah, so that should be fun. We'll get about 6 or 7 different types of buildings, and then we'll interdisperse them between each other. Size wise, I don't want them to be too different in size, in the sense of widths and, you know, because we need to build roads. There will be pathways going through, like, between the buildings and what have you. So we don't want to go too, like, overboard with different sizes and shapes. But so certain districts will have certain size buildings, and other districts will have other certain size buildings, and so on. So you get the idea anyway. It's a lot of stuff to play around with, and a lot of stuff to do. But what we'll do is we'll build the buildings, we'll take the schematics, and then we can go into MC Edit, and then we'll have an episode where we go in MC Edit and we start planting the buildings down, and then we'll start building the roads around the buildings. Because like I said in the last episode, I'll build the buildings first, and then I'll put the roads in around the buildings, so that everything marries up properly. Because if you try and do the roads first, then you limit yourself to what you can do. Yeah, so we'll end this video here now. So thank you so much for watching as always. If you're new to the series, please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe. And you know, if you enjoy the series, consider leaving a like or even a favourite. It does cheer me up. And yeah, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. So take care of each other, and yeah, and goodbye.